Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So this week's match is Imperial Rush versus Mastemon Purple Yellow. We've already released the deck profiles for these. There might be a few slight changes to a few of them. The ones I posted though, those are like the final products of what we really like the most. Whereas what's in the video here is a little bit more of some roughed versions of those that we've since refined, but either way the match is still incredible. Just the amount of recovery that the purple can employ with the yellow with Mastemon is really good when you matched up against any sort of rush strategy, because they're usually so focused on aggro that they can't combat that if it's taking longer to win than normal. Whereas other decks can really start to ramp up more and more, especially purple. Purple can really ramp up if you're not careful. And these two just go head to head, and it actually turns out to be an incredible match of just crazy back and forth of literally, at some points you don't know who's going to win because one person just has such a high tempo that you don't think the other person is going to come back, and then it literally just shifts again. So great match. I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, don't forget this month's Patreon reward is Omnimon. So our memory counter is made out of clay, handmade by my wife. This is a rough version of it so far. The final version will also include a mouth as well to go with it. Super adorable, great little memory counters. Just, yeah, pretty awesome. Make sure you check out the link in the description below for that one. Alright, so kicking things off here, looks like Imperial Rush got a 4, and then Purple Yellow got a 5. So they'll be going first here. Shuffling up using the Cakes mod here. So great. Just click the button and it just sends your cards over. A phenomenal, like, this is the best TTS by far that we played on. Also has all of the promos for proxies as well, whereas others don't have the promos, and that's pretty crucial, especially for these kind of decks here. So going ahead and kicking off there, also draws your cards for you. It's amazing. Alright, so purple going with the Digimon and then going into a Lapramon on top of that. So definitely going for that big draw power. And then we've got the nice brand new blockers here. This is the Devimon, the 1-cost blocker. I've said it in pretty much all my videos, but 1-cost blockers are like the best thing ever that's come out in this game, and yet, I swear. Blue over here going Omnimon and then Strawbymon. Gonna hard play the Strawbymon and then hard play an Aurora, Digivolve into the Strawbymon for that draw, and then hard play an Auroramon to put the opponent at 1, so they can't really do much with just 1. And then they're gonna hard play a Renamon there, or Repamon, sorry. It's a level 4 3-cost yellow. I know that they play the yellow Angelwomon in this deck, which is pretty nice. When you go with the Mastemon on top of it, can get some really good value going. Green gonna go ahead and swing though, hits into another Repamon, only 4k though, so Auroramon sticking around. Then we see Blue's version of Repamon here, 1-cost evolution, 3-cost play, level 4, a little bit extra draw power. It is an Imperial deck, so they do want to get into those high level plays a little faster. But again, just going to play another 2-cost green here. Going to go into the Leowalmon and put their opponent at 1 again. So same play as beginning. They're going to go into that Demimeramon and the Labramon on top of that. This time, though, going to go with the Vilemon to kick it back over to their opponent with just the 1 memory. So it looks like they won't be doing too much. They do have a couple rookies on field, though. Matching that 5k of those new blockers, though, definitely seeing the weakness of those blockers right there. Hits into a Mastemon, though, so we're gonna lose that. I mean, that's a pretty good trade right there, though. And then they do end up blocking, though, on this next one, which they'll get that Demimeramon trigger there. So they draw 1, discard 1, and gonna discard a Gatomon. Ooh, that's a good Gatomon. We'll definitely probably see that in action here. And then passing turn again with a 2-cost rookie. Another green, 5k. Definitely feeling the rookie rush aspect of this deck for sure. Purple, though, just playing a mat there. Going to grab that Mastemon that just got sent to the trash from security. Going to add that to hand. Looks like they're getting ready to ramp up into something good. Blue, though, not going to waste any time. Going to use that 3 memory to go into a Pildramon. They love their jamming, that's for sure. So while green's been just kind of doing some work over there, looks like blue has been steadily just waiting to progress. Upamon there going to give that draw. 7k with jamming here. Doesn't even need the jamming, though. Clears over that Devimon without issue. Upamon able to draw into a rookie, though, so free cost evolution, get that draw. And gonna pass turn by Digivolving into the Imperial Dramon, so it'll unsuspend. Can be kind of dangerous, though, unsuspending like that with against purple. You never know when you're gonna have to deal with a Trump Sword. Here we see the Pagumon and the Labramon on top of that. Different egg than what we've seen a whole lot of. Here, though, we see a brand new card. I do forget the name of this one. That is the Deathclaw from the new structure deck. So going to pop the Repamon to pop the Auroramon, which is an interesting trade. 1 cost, though, not too terrible, but they are getting kind of down low on security. And then going to go into a Skull Maramon. And, and a Mastemon on top of that to pass turn. So looks like they've got a lot of, and so they're each going to trash one security because the Mastemon. Oh, but they're going to get the recovery right back because they're going to play that discarded Gatomon from earlier, which, since there's the purple on field, is also a blocker. So recovery 1 and a blocker. This Gatomon is incredible in this deck. If you can like mix and match decks like this or colors, like this is a really good one to go with. Here we're going to see the mat get triggered, though, in security. Oh, no. Going to see that that Deathclaw get brought back again. All right, swinging a second time with the Imperial. Debating probably on blocking that or not. You really want to block that rookie, though, or at least keep the rookie from attacking. And, oh, we see a Lobomon getting dropped here, which will trigger a draw, which will also match the Gatomon. So you can swing here, and you'll at least trade. Upamon trigger draw, so you get that another draw for the Upamon. So Digivolve and an Upamon. And you cleared one of your opponent's Digimon. Okay. Alright, we're going to see a Hammer Spark. Okay, so they're going to go into the Gabumon. Right, because your opponent has the mats there. If you played the Gabumon at 2, then you're going to go to put them at 1, and they're going to go up to 3, and that's going to be a lot of lost value. But then we're going to see Davis getting brought up here. Not sure what he's digging for, but it's going to grab a Gabumon. Can't grab options, unfortunately, with Davis. Looks like he's just trying to get enough on board. Maybe dig for a Lobomon there to go on top of the Davis. And here, Mastemon trading with the Imperial Dramon. Unfortunately, probably for the best, because that Imperial Dramon is getting 2 swings every turn, and if you're at 0 security, that is not where you want to be. The Demi-Maramon trigger, draw 1, discard 1. And then we see the blocker come down. And then Lucymon for 5. They will go to 3 because of the Davis, but that's recovery. So got a blocker and recovery. So even a Lobomon here isn't going to be enough on that Davis to win the game. So you're going to need a little bit more than just that. Does have a rookie, though. I mean, that's pretty important right now, being able to just keep going into rookies. Massive hands, though. We're going to see another Digivolve into the, what is that, Tenemon? Something like that? So the 1 cost that we discussed it earlier. So, okay. So, Digivolve drew something. Oh, alright. And then Hammer Sparked up to Digivolve for 3, stay at 0, get another draw, and you're going to get a swing and security with jamming, so they can either let it go or block it and lose their blocker, which they do decide to do. I think I would have just let that go myself, just see what they hit. And then they're going to mill 2 here because of the Pagumon egg inheritable, which I understand you just filling up your trash is pretty important in this interesting matchup. And then here again, a second time, going into another Imperial Dramon for 3 because they've got the mat, so you might as well use that, get that 3 memory anyways. Again, though, Trump Sword could really ruin their day right now. All right, we see a Tapirmon come down. And then it looks like a Labramon. Get another draw one, discard one for that Labramon effect. Gonna discard another Salamon. Yeah, those 4 costs is just really, really pricey. And doesn't swing the Lucymon. Probably doesn't want to risk the Hammer Spark because they needed to play that Gatomon for that recovery and for that blocker. Just because the opponent's got 3 coming in here. Here, attempts to use Positron, but then realizes does not have any green, which that would have been game over right there if that Positron had gone off, preventing the blocker from stopping one of these attacks at least. So they got 3 attacks coming on board. So you might as well just let that go. You need to block that Vmon, or at least prevent it from it. Oh, but doesn't look like Vmon's going anywhere. We see another Deathclaw get triggered, and just gets to immediately pop that rookie before it ever gets to do anything. And then here decides again to go ahead and block. I still think I would just let it go through, clear that last security, see what it is. Maybe it's something that could actually benefit you. And gonna hard play the Strabimon. Strabimon's really good if you can just keep getting value off of it. And here we see some super value. Gonna pick up another Strabimon because it has hybrid and another Davis, which you already have the one Davis on field. Oh, and it goes immediately and plays that second Strabimon it just got. I'm gonna flip up Leolalamon, jamming Vmon, and just a Gabumon. So a complete whiff there. Gonna play that green, 2 costs, but they'll go to 3 anyway because of the mat. That green on field will make sure that your Positron will be live in case you need it. But there we see that Deathclaw got added back with the mat earlier. Gonna pop that green, make sure it's not gonna get any kind of Positron shenanigans going on. Tapirmon was going to draw 1, and then Demi-Meramon will draw 1, discard 1. Going to get rid of that Impmon. Doesn't look like it's going to be doing any good. Your trash is pretty filled with all kinds of things at this point. Alright, we see a Vilemon for 2 there. The Deathclaw for 1, and the Vilemon for 2. Put you at 0. Definitely got a... Oh, man. Still managed to come back. So another Gatomon for 6. That is crazy. So, just blocker, recovery. That Gatomon is incredible. It's expensive, but it's still 1 less than Magna Angemon was in the previous one, McDonald's, right? We saw him in McDonald's a whole lot. But again, it only works if you're playing it, if you're combining it with purple. It doesn't work if you're going to combine it with another color, because purple has to be on field to get that blocker. Alright, Imperial's going to start swinging here. Might be, I don't know if you got quite enough to attack for all of it. Goes ahead and blocks one of those Imperial. The Vilemon's going to be shutting down one of these 2 Strabimons. So if you swing with one, you got to swing with both, right? Alright, swings there. Might as well block it. Yep. They're going to swing with the second one. And a Lobomon in hand wins the game right here. 1 Lobomon. We saw him digging earlier for 1. But I think he Digivolved with it. Oh, but doesn't have it. But going to just dig deep here. 3 flips here. Gabumon. XVmon. And a Leolamon. So not quite. You're going to be able to pick something up there. Go and grab that green. Then one of these blues. XVmon, but I believe he switches back out. Yeah, grabs that Gabumon instead. I think it's better to just go with a really wide field here than trying to Digivolve into anything at this point. Yeah, there's that. The Leolamon, go to 0, and then play that Gabumon. They've got the mat, so you might as well just put them at 3. Play the Gabumon, just draw again. They can't game you. You're at 4 security. It's good to go wide. You just need to get past all these. You need to get up a lot of hits. They keep getting recovery, and they keep getting blockers. So if you just go with a really wide field, you should be able, in theory, to clear past it. Here, though, finally swinging with the Lucymon. I guess not worried about Hammer Spark anymore. And we see a 3rd Davis get dropped. Goodness gracious. That's a lot of Davis going on here. All right, Imperial, not bad. And there's the Lobomon right there. So that's going to be your pickup. Yep, there goes the Lobomon. You've got 3 Davises on field. There's no harm in picking that up and taking out a Davis. Here we're going to see... All right, going to pop the Lucymon to pop the Leolamon. just start to kind of clear in as much as you can. We see the Skull Marimon and then another Mastemon get dropped for 4. Has no security himself, but the opponent still does. And then brings out the Gatomon again for free this time, so no 6 cost. Gets that recovery, and there's a purple on field, so another blocker. I mean, essentially, that's 2 swings you can stop. Unfortunately, looks like Blue's got 4 coming in here, so unless this is something insane in security, that is going to be game. So he's going to swing unsuspend with Pyldramon. Jamming will keep it alive. Even if it didn't have jamming, though, he still got enough attacks here on board to go ahead and take it. Ended up finally getting the Lobomon that he kept digging for to win, and ended up not even needing it. Just had enough finally on field. Just went wide enough to finally finish it off. Like, the purple just would not die, and while it wasn't dying, it was slowly just chipping away at Blue security. Blue not having any way to stop any attacks, no blockers. It's a very aggro-centric deck. I mean, who plays blockers in Rookie Rush, right? So, just Purple just had to steadily keep chipping away while recovering. It had to do an insane amount of recovery just because this super aggro Blue deck just kept hitting it and just could not quite break through all the way, and they just kept recovering and just destroying stuff. There's so many Deathclaw triggers, so many rookies died. That was absurd. So many rookies died to Deathclaw there, and triggering all of Purple's on deletion effects. So they got just crazy, insane amounts of draw power in Purple. Both these decks really formidable matchup for each other. I mean, out of all the games that we had recorded, it went back and forth. Pretty much every game was back and forth, back and forth. This was just the one that I decided to go with because it had the most, where both decks just really got to do their thing. Purple got to do lots of yellow plays with the Mastemons, and then just hard playing the Gatomon, and really seeing the power of Gatomon in a purple deck. Wow, literally just splash that Gatomon in any purple deck, and not really a bad card. You get the recovery as well as the blocker. I mean, that could almost be just a pseudo Lucymon. Honestly, just people are always keep taking in these Lucymons. Just start taking in these Gatomons instead of the Lucymons. You're gonna get the recovery and blocker on top of that. I mean, that's better than Lucymon if you kind of look at it like that. That's 2 swings that you're protecting, whereas Lucymon's only going to protect you from 1 swing because it's only going to get that 1 recovery. Granted, Lucymon is a 10k body, but still, also potentially cheaper. I mean, it's 6 play cost versus Lucymon's potential 13, which can go down to a 5, so you're only seeing 1 memory difference, but that's after you fill your trash up with 10 things. Whereas the Gatomon, I mean, literally, as soon as your security's at 3, Gatomon's alive, and no one's going to be, keeping your memory, at 4 like they do normal yellow players, because you're purple. Why would they bother? And so, yeah, that Gatomon, I don't know, might be something to look at. If you're a purple player, you might be looking at these new Gabumons. These new promos are really, really something to might get your hands on. Just saying. You're one tournament away from someone playing purple and doing insanely well with these Gatomons to literally triple the value on these things. Like, they're $10 now, I think. These could be easy a $30 card. I mean, like I said, they're better than Lucymon in a purple deck. Also, combine it like Anubismon. Anubismon is in several purple decks. If you're playing the Metal Garurumon purple deck, and you can just splash in a couple Anubismon, and then boom, this Gatomon is even more live. Not only is it just a good hard play, 6 is expensive, but it's not that expensive when you see the value that you can get off of what all you do, you get from it. People are willing to pay 5 for Lucymon to get recovery 1. People are definitely going to be willing to pay 6 for a recovery 1 and a blocker at the same time, for sure. It's just, I don't think it's being looked at quite enough yet, but soon. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. It was a lot of fun. These decks are very, very cool. They're a lot of fun. I definitely see why how blue has such a good matchup in the meta right now, because especially with yellow killing itself with War Greymon and Blinding Ray, yeah, this blue deck easily could just steamroll over yellow right now just because of how aggro it is. You only need to do essentially 3 security checks and 1 swing for face, and we saw how many swings every single turn blue was having, so not too difficult to get there, just saying. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy this type of content, I try to put it out as much as possible, so definitely subscribe. Also, if you really enjoyed the content, check out my Patreon. I have a link in the description below for it. You can get access to my Discord server, as well as if you're a Dragon Village M fan, account takeovers where I help you out with your account. If you're a Digimon fan, I've got monthly giveaway, well, not even giveaway, I've got monthly merch that's specific to Patreon, stuff like memory counters, custom made. This is the baby form of Vmon here. There's gonna be more in the works also, so lots of memory counters, all kinds of awesome Digimon merch. So definitely check out that tier, and if you're just all out crazy, there's other tiers if you're that dedicated. As well as check out my Teespring. I've got awesome merch there, you know, official Battle Ready Ink merch. Awesome phone cases for you Digimon fans out there. They've got them for iPhones as well as Samsungs, so they are super sweet. If you've seen the last Digimon movie, that's where these are from. I had a friend of mine custom make these so that way they fit perfectly on these phone cases. They look super good, so definitely check those out. But at the end of the day, if you can't do any of that, just like I said, like the video, that helps a ton, and subscribe. It doesn't hurt, but it helps me. So that's what's the real benefit. And as always, I'll see you next time.